And it's Little Dalton, the leader from Kurashio. And now Excitable Boy starting to lengthen. And down on the inside, Quest for Peace is starting to finish off as well. And then came Direct Charge. And with about 200 metres to go, Excitable Boy raced up to Kurashio. And they look like fighting it out. Rockford making a lot of ground. Kurashio and Excitable Boy with Rockford really closing. Kurashio's taken the lead though. And Kurashio beats Rockford, who's come from last with a big finish.
Well, the big thing about that race is Rockford got sent down for that 2-year-old race by Gaze, and Tommy Berry told us that he wouldn't have beaten the Colts in Sydney. So Gaze certainly got a good hand. She Quinella'd the Colts race, and she's got two very, very good horses there, and that one's looks like he goes all right as well, Rockford.
She's got an embarrassment of riches, doesn't she? And that was a huge run. Like, he was struggling to keep up at the halfway point, and he's ended up being beaten ahead. So another one from the mighty Empire to Black Book, I'd say. And
Kurashio, just quickly, Russ, was backed heavily through the week early with us at Luxbed, around about the $7 mark.
Can we get an opinion quickly on the no public trials in Victoria, just for the record?
Not a fan.
Not a fan.
Not a fan.
That doesn't do anything for the punters.
No. It just means you're not going to play unless you really know what's going on.
And it definitely drive turnover if they had the public.
Exactly. Do you go, when you guys hear of a bet, someone wants to get on something like Curacao or Corsia, do you just go down and you go, we'll let you on for a monkey rather than let you on for 5?
Oh, no, you take the bet, but you move the market pretty quickly.
Yeah, okay.
You know, you reset the market, but you take the bet early.
Well, one joint that took a bet, and it's not too fussed about paying. We thought we'd give you an idea of this particular tweet. Came out of the Herald Sun, actually, Quinny. They're not paying one of the world's biggest punters. His name is Phil Ivey. He wins plenty of those ESPN poker tournaments. See them all the time.
Yep.
Wins $11.5 million on a particular game called Punto Bunko. Never played it before in my life. They don't pay.
What's the reason for not paying?
Oh, they reckon the girl that he was with might have been doing a little bit of counting, but then you've got to count, talk to him, and have a receiver. And it's a G up, isn't it?
Don't know much about the game, but he's one sharp player of that game. I know the name very well.
Are you a poker man?
I don't mind playing a bit of poker, but it's a funny thing about
the dark sunnies?
No,
the big headphones?
No, none of that.
Come on, Brody boy.
Definitely
good?
No, average. No, but the thing about casinos, they love getting you in, but certainly hate... Who certainly had paying.
I've never had any problems with being asked to leave a casino. It happens on a regular basis. Saturday night, first Saturday in November, most years.
Yeah, I've spotted you there, Russ.
Thank you. This one also came across the weekend from our great mate out at Bathurst. You take us through this one.
I tried to change the channel to Randwick from a Pro Strictly V8 monitor and nearly got killed. Buddies now, I think.
What happened? You just said, just walk up and touch the channel?
Well, no, I had to get to a venue after being up the top there, so I decided to say, listen, we'll divide this in half. The petrol head's in one half and the gallopers in the other. And there was a bit of confusion.
You were the only galloper?
Yeah, the only... No, I had plenty of mates. But the good thing was this was before we sort of got rolling, just before it's a done deal. So I was able to sort of,
But this is also top 10 shootout, so the actual race hasn't started.
There was a fair... No, the shootout hadn't started, but there was a lot of cash flying around in the bar. But we're all buddies at the end of the day, I promise you.
So that was at Bathurst basically for track work, and they didn't want you to take your TV off to watch the Epsom.
Mate, the Luxbed punters were flying around. The Jim Beam girls turned up halfway through.
Should have been replied, what you doing at Bathurst? Should have been the
No, well, I had to go there. I had to do some broadcast work, Russell.
OK, well, tell us how you went from a joint point of view. Luxbet.com. Get involved if you want to be a part of the Spring Carnival.
Yes, some winners from the weekend. 20,000 on Moraine at $3. Got the cash, and this is a great one late in the day at Luxdiv. Top price at $6.50 for Red Tracer. 10,000 times, so a couple of punters won big there.
But...
Now, here's a few hit the skids. Very early in the week, 100 Sugar Rush off the map it was. I left it in. Shout, bit the dust.
Is that Shout or Shootout?
Shootout. No, it is Shootout.
Yeah.
No shouting, but it was Shootout, at the 550.
What about this one?
533, and that's not dollars.
No, go back. 36,000 on Arsenal Power, the second at Murtoa, which I'm guessing is a maiden. You've had 36,000 on Quinny.
Peter Moody horse, so I thought it looked very well placed.
Yeah, so did he.
The dust? Where did it finish?
30. Black Book it.
Where'd you find the 36?
533,000 on Presea. That's a combined bet, no doubt, of all of them.
Yeah, that was a whole string put together. And December draw, 25,000 at 650. in that sort of race was a bold bet at the best of times, I thought.
He would have been happy turning the straight when it got this. So all in all, the week, the punters started well, finished well.
Yeah, it was all over the place. We were in front most of the day, but
Glencadam goal was
that was a huge go, Glencadam goal. I think it was $4.80 first, but it was into less than $3 well before you got to the jump. At the end of the day, there was a struck match between punters and bookies.
What about down your way?
I would have thought the punters took the prize on Saturday. There was a lot of well-backed horses. If they didn't start favourite, they definitely had market support that got home. And we've already touched on Uncle Lloyd looking after the punters, but I think those horses, Moraine, Faulkner, Green Moon, were very heavily backed.
440 to 280. That's a big SP on the last race of the day.
The thing that got me was the value about everything as well. There was $5 winners, and they were
big fields
being at favourite.
Big fields and quality racing. That's what it does. And I think for the next 4 weeks, we're going to see a lot of that.
Speaking of this week, Caulfield's the action in Victoria. Most of the group racing now centres around Victoria, that's for sure and certain. A bit of listed racing in Sydney, still plenty of reasons to get to the races. But Caulfield Stakes, Manigar backing up again, Quinny, amongst a few other ones, including Ocean Park, Sincero, Vatuvai, an interesting one as well.
Well, Manigar's the most interesting runner, I think, for the day because, as we all know, he was $3.20 into $2 last start and he was very disappointing. He was flat and he just sort of grinded home. Peter Moody wasn't concerned by that, saying he's done that second up in the past, but I think everyone wants to see him bounce back and win convincingly if he's going to progress to the Cox Plate and be a main contender. And
more joyous, she'll get top weight in the Toorak handicap, obviously. Interest around King Mufasa, the 10 times Group 1 winner in New Zealand.
Yeah, well, the Toorak's going to be a fantastic race, and you've also got the Caulfield Guineas, which we all know sort of probably what's going to happen there with Piero, but the Caulfield Stakes is probably the feature race for me.
And as we mentioned, 3 of the overseas brigade, including the trainer of last year's Melbourne Cup winner, Dunedin, currently sitting behind you there, boys, has got runners in the Herbert Power, which gets you the free kick into the Caulfield Cup. Let's wrap it up. Something for the battlers, where you can find a winner next time around, be it this week or the next. Colorado Claire for me. No more joyous. She butters up this week at Rose Hill.
Yep.
Johnny O'Shea's just going to say, I'm going to steal some prize money for this mare, and maybe a stakes race coming up. You?
Like the sound of that, Russ. And go to Mornington on Wednesday, and Moody's got one first up here called Scottish Queen that I think it's late in the day. I think it might be the last race.
Oh, yeah.
Looks sensationally placed to win first up, Scottish Queen.
Well, I'm going to the last race at Warwick Farm on Wednesday. A little horse called It Girl meets Moss Diva, around about 2 kilos better at the weights for narrowly getting beaten last start. I think it can win.
Okay.
I'm going to say it very quickly so you guys don't interrupt. I'm going to go more joyous for this reason.
This is for the battlers. The big value here,
This is for the battlers.
Because
he spent all night doing the form.
Yeah, this day and age, you can get with the flexi quaddies. The negative thing is sometimes you can lose your minerals, and you can put too many horses in these races when you're going to only need one. So take Piero one out, take more joyous one out. Then give yourself an opportunity to really cash in.
What's the opening price and more joyous?
Talking through your kick, thanks to Luxbet, Punters Paradise, and all of our sponsors, Grand Syndicates as well. Don't forget 132 Lux is the number to call. Get involved across the Spring Carnival. Thank you, Neil. Thank you, Pleasure. Boy.
Pleasure.
And Winnie. And thank you for watching. We'll see you next week for Talking Through Your Kick.